Discovery have shown that 80% of married Nigerian couples are not legally married. Now come, let me advise you on this. So because you got pregnant for your boyfriend and you guys rushed to go and do church wedding. Before you go to that church to conduct your wedding, always verify if that church has a license. Yes, a license to conduct wedding, a license to bring couples together. Because in Nigeria, there are only two sort of marriage that is valid. One is custom marriage. When we talk about custom marriage, is you going to the court to ascertain your marriage. You are surprised. A lot of you went to your churches, Pentecostal churches, different levels of churches to do your wedding without verifying if the church has the license and which their license is supposed to be revoked every 5 years, and you don't care to know if at all they have. All you know is that I must wed in my church, without the church being able to give you a valid wedding certificate. If something happens tomorrow and you ask to bring your wedding certificate, is your church wedding certificate valid? That is one thing you must know. Another one, living with a man for 38 years, 58 years, 70 years without a valid marriage certificate is of no point. Because I see a lot of young youths now, when you're talking about court marriage, they say they would never do that. Especially the men. They are running away from it. But you as a young woman should know that it is your right. It is your right to fill your contract with a man. Filling your contract means you having a valid marriage certificate. I assure you that hence there is no valid certificate in that your marriage. You are only with your boyfriend and your girlfriend. And a lot of you have been like this for more than decades without questioning yourself. The other sort of marriage that we have in Nigeria is marriage in the act. Marriage in the act is just you coming together with someone, coming together with your boyfriend, having multiple kids, raising family without the authority standard. This type of marriage always affects women. Especially, let's take for example, the man is nowhere to be found and the property is to be shared. For the woman, before the woman can put her hands in a man's property, they will ask, where is your marriage certificate? This issue happens somewhere. I know that this man married the first woman traditionally, just back, and married a second wife. No, the first woman he married, they did traditional and church wedding. Then the second wife, the church already said it's one woman, one man. So the man have to do court marriage with the second wife. Do you know what really happened? When this man was nowhere to be found, due to the second wife was the one with the certificate. When they asked, present your marriage certificate, the second one's certificate is the only one valid. She now claims all the man's property with one child, while the first one have up to 5 children. So she have to start begging for mercy from the second woman to at least grant them some of the properties to use. Be wise. This is 21st century. This is not 1980, 1900. The world has advanced. So if you're not advancing with the world, you are lagging behind. As therefore, you'll be left out. Immediately you get a man for yourself, make sure that your marriage is documented. It's a contract that you have to fill. This contract marriage is for better, for worse. There are some contract marriage that is 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. So you going to the court to declare the particular one you are obtaining for. It is very, very important to avoid stories that touches the destiny and the heart. I love you. Always come by my page. Like and follow this page if you really learned something.